my name is Alex Donald and I'm one of the founders of From Sleep and a director of Undivide. So 2019 comes along, we started off with another business partner as well, Jules, and we basically based it on like anything goes and not be pigeonholed. I got like pretty bored of like, you could only promote techno or you could only promote drum and bass. I'm very much like, I like lots of music, so we wanted the brand to be like that. So it was doing everything from like techno, drum and bass, dubstep, dub, and it was all going well. And like the first year went by pretty quickly, great. And then like the second year, it was really starting to go. We had like Anjuna Deep down here, Steelyard. We had like Rainier's Unveils, Shogun Audio. It was just going wild, and then coronavirus happened. All of a sudden there was no events and we're just like, what to do? And this is really like where Undivide comes into play. We were co-promoting a show with Alex AMC, and we were co-promoting it with The Blast from Bristol and Hospitality. Should we maybe collaborate a bit more, we basically need to do something because we're competing for the same artists in the same scene, the same environment. How about let's like sort of figure out a way of how we come together and work. And now we've created Undivide, goes from strength to strength. We obviously do everything from like channel 1 and iration steppers on the dub side of things. We go like even to like real heavy techno. We've got like Sarah Chin's just happened. And then we've got people like more classic trance, shall we say. We've just had Chicane, and we've got another show coming up, which is wild. Most memorable experience is probably that first show back from lockdown. I mean, the euphoria of just being, I think it was Flex Out at Steelyard, and it's just, everybody was so pumped, just happy to be back. Excited, just like the buzz on the dance floor. Another moment that springs to mind is Roundhouse with Tin Liquor, just a euphoria moment of just everybody being really happy to be there. So you've obviously had COVID, that's really challenging, but now we're in the middle of a recession. People are changing their habits, and it's how you become versatile to it. These are the most challenging times, really, because the younger generation that would have usually gone to clubs in coronavirus never really went to it, so they didn't really experience it. And when you're at university, you obviously experience them for the first time, or when you're even a bit younger and you see your older sister or older brother being at university and they've gone to venues like Fabric, like E1, like Steelyard, and they just get the FOMO, isn't it? But they haven't ever had this. So we've got a whole generation that aren't really into clubbing as much. So it's how you adapt to them. So it's pretty challenging at the moment, especially with all the rising costs. But the one thing that really hasn't risen, I mean, if you look back in 20 years ago, the cost to a nightclub is pretty much similar to now. But the DJ fees have gone up, the rents have gone up, the production's gone through the roof, because they didn't even care about LED screens 15 years ago. So that's all got to be added. It's a tough time, but we're adapting. First ever event that I did, I put it through Skiddle. That was back in 2010. London debut with Camo and Crooked at Goldsmith Student Union on a Thursday night, all the way back then. And we just happened to go with them, and randomly, I think we met Duncan then. The rest is history, really. Like, yeah, that's how we know him. And yeah, we've continued to use Skiddle throughout 14 years. It's great, you can always pick up the phone, always quickly, and just be like, can we do this? Could you help with this? No problems at all. And they drop in, even if we don't need any help or haven't asked for anything. Once in a while they'll be like, do you need anything? It's nice, it's caring. It's almost like just like a friendly help. They want you to do well because it's in their interest, right? The more tickets that you do, the better the booking fee. So it's in their interest too, but it's just nice, like I said, if you're not even expecting it, just drop you a line. So they've obviously developed their back end, which is pretty nice. Payment plans is really good, especially with the festivals, but it's something that we're going to consider for our higher end ticketing shows, club shows. And then the push notifications, really good feature. Also just doing like a little bit of research, you can see how many followers are on Skiddle. Then the best thing recently is probably the link to Spotify. Just having that back-end link, if you've got the artist playing and you get a notification they're playing at your event, it works wonders on ticket sales. Yeah, I've been using, well, I go on it every day, but then that's mainly for the marketing team. They deal with it, but we get a lot of like e-flyers done, push notifications. It's good in terms of you can be creative and you can sort of decide where you want to go. The bad thing is we're not an endless money pit, unfortunately, and you have to tell quite a lot of people that, you know, we're always good for payments, we'll always pay, but there are certain cash flow alignments you have to do. You're booking sometimes over a year in advance for some quite big shows, and you have to say to the agents, yeah, we could get you a deposit by this point, and then the rest will be paid in X, Y, and Z days. But then, like right now, because there's been quite a lot of cancellations last year from other festivals, other events, because of the hardships that we're going through, they're asking it for like straight up front. Whereas if you've got a big corporation, I mean, cash flow is fine for them because they're just churning and churning and churning shows. Whereas we're a bit selective, so that's potentially the worst thing about not being it. The venues are doing well in London and yeah, Manchester themselves, Bristol as well, like very independent ones. I mean, if you look at Foals, they've got their own audience, which is great, their own following. The Cores have absolutely smashed it. So many people just want to go there because they can like feel free. And then you've got to look at Joshua Brooks in Manchester, they're absolutely killing it, as well as like, yeah, you've got Progress Centre as well. So there are these places, but I don't think it's like consumer trends. I think the venues are making it more appealing for them to go over there. These places are quite often not booking the massive headliners. Well, one, because they can't, because they're going to these huge venues and probably getting outbidded, but they're becoming more creative. So I think for the audiences that don't necessarily want to go to these big places, that is right up their street because they probably want to dig around music a bit more. Obviously businesses need to survive because otherwise it's just going to be boring, isn't it? You're just going to have Tesco's, Costas on every corner, and there's not really. You've got to have people that have got to go for freedom. It's important, and I think there is a real craving for it. And if you don't support the grassroots scene, it's just gonna go at some point. When I was back booking like on the first event, it wasn't hard. It was like an extra bit of our student loan that we just had spare after university that we wanted to do. There's no way that you can book artists for that right now. There's no way you can hire venues for that. So we've got to help nurture the new promoters, the new grassroots scenes, because the promoters will give chances to their friends who might be budding DJs or budding producers that want to test out things, and then you don't know who that person might like break through. And if they don't have the support from somewhere, then they're probably not going to do it, and it's going to stop. Yeah, if venues don't somehow attract the younger audience as well, we're going to be in trouble. So I don't know whether it's just going to slowly, but then you've got other ways of doing it, is you just do like daytime parties. That's maybe like a cultural shift that we're going to see more and more of, that the youth would rather go out too, and it's how you can move with the generations as well. My best bit of advice for promoters is don't look at others. Don't compare yourself. With the day that we're in with social media, it's really easy just to like be flicking through, probably get a bit jealous. being like, why is my event not doing well? It applies to artists as well. Why am I not being booked for this? Like, you are probably where you are because you've carved yourself a bit of a lane. So just continue down that grind. If you're successful, it will happen. It will continue to happen.